Black, just like me. Don't need no sugar, don't need no cream. Coffee stay black, just like me. Okay, you got it. Black, just like me.
Yeah.
Don't need no sugar, don't need no cream. Yeah, that's it.
She know it all.
We don't work like this. 1, 2, 3, okay. Coffee stay black, just like me. Don't need no sugar, don't need no cream. Coffee stay black, just like me. Oh,
He didn't teach that part.
Black light.
Me.
Black light.
Me.
Yeah, black light. Me. Black light. Me. Yeah, black light. Me. Yeah, black light. Me. Black light me. Black like me. Coffee say black like me. Melanin pop like me. Black like me like Jesus. Oh my God, I'm seasoned. I got the same way. As many colors he painted, but it's mine today that I'm thinking and fold. It's so many cues I might have to get to. Double up on that juice. Berries that carry dark magic touched by vibranium. The coffee comes from Kemet, limitless like our cranium curls. Our babies ain't no babies. Jesus gave me my favorite notes. Cup in my cup is beauties that got a lot for the coast. I got a lot of that heart. I got a lot for the cocoa butter to cover. So I think I'm for those. My hemoglobin, they told me he black like evil. I had to stop they devils on devils. Come with levels and levels. Shoot they stealths to make sure that they never come back with that. Then I tell them to get the cover that black and coffee stay
Black.
Just like me.
Oh, vertical.
Shout out to Coffee Black.
Yeah.
Shout out to Coffee Black and the whole movement. And
Wow.
obviously, Smaya put me on. I seen Phyllis is also really invested in what you're doing.
Man,
I met her too, but I was just telling him how when I saw his movement and the website and everything,
Hold on, I'm tripping.
I believe it was possible to be actually like the face behind the coffee brand, like a specialty coffee brand. And I was doing it before, I started in 2018, but it wasn't until I
See, you just started all the way.
until I started.
I didn't have sound. Okay, run it back.
I don't think he's gonna be able to.
Okay, it's cool. We do our best.
But you got that on camera, right?
Yeah, but the sound is all the way over there. We gotta get the audio.
We probably should have closed this door, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Shout out to Coffee Black. I was just saying, I found out about him 2 years ago. I've been doing this business for almost 4 years now, and it was the first time when I saw him and the whole Coffee Black movement, like whole specialty coffee thing, by a black person.
Yeah.
And obviously, I met Phyllis right before I found out about you.
Shout out to
It was-
Phyllis.
Yeah, and it was just like it's crazy to see like black people taking ownership in the U.S.
Yeah.
And I was trying to sell coffee in the U.S., but I would never put my face behind it, just because I would think there's a stigma behind black people doing specialty coffee.
Wow.
They think of us as like farmers. Then you start seeing more people, more specialty brewers, more roasters taking ownership. So shout out to Coffee Black.
Man.
Big movement.
Big team.
Big team.
Big team, you know. Hey, bro, appreciate it. Yeah, sure. The connection now, right? In my land right now, this crazy. Samaya, Kevin, the whole wave is going bananas, yo. Renata here too. Shout yourself out, you know what I mean? This is the beginning. This is the beginning. Coffee Black Africa forever. You know what I mean?
Forever.
Yo, what's up? Bartholomew Jones here with Coffee Black. Y'all know what it is, you know what I mean? Stacks representative, you know what I mean? But yeah, we in the city, we in Kigali right now. We in Rwanda with the homie Samaya. And she brought us to this super dope spot, Kivu Nior. We're here with Kevin. Just wanted my man just to ask a couple questions if that's cool with you. We've been sipping coffee for a minute. Okay, cool.
Welcome to Kigali, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Been following him for a minute now. Thanks to Samaya, actually.
Yeah.
So it's beautiful to see you here.
Bro, we in the motherland, bro. It's
I know,
lit.
man.
Like, this is where we supposed to be. Wifey's first time. She on the camera. Just want to ask you a couple questions, bro. Number one, like, how'd you get into coffee, bro? Like, what does it kind of mean to you? How did you get into it?
Yeah, so it's been in the family business.
Oh, and tell us who you are and where we at, too.
Oh yeah. First of all, my name is Kevin Mbundu. We're in Kigali right now, Kivu Nior Cafe. And Kivu Nior is a roasted coffee brand, and we're trying to change the narrative on like what black people can make excellent. So that's why we went with the whole black and white feel. We have the Kivu. This is the Lake Kivu, and this is the map of Rwanda. So I don't know if you can get that in there.
Oh wow.
So we just kind of signify where the coffee is coming from, and that's from Rwanda, obviously, from the motherland, and more specifically from Lake Kivu area. So that's
what's kind of the history behind that space. Like, what's your connection to
the probably the first thing I'd want to say is one of the first washing stations in Rwanda was constructed on Lake Kivu.
Oh, that's dope.
And the western part of Rwanda is really high in altitude.
Yeah.
So it makes for the best kind of coffee.
What's like the flavor notes?
So flavor notes, you get a lot of chocolate,
Yeah.
some caramel.
Yeah.
Every now and then you get some citrus,
Yeah.
citrus, and you got a high acidity because of the altitudes.
That's
So
fire.
people were looking for a fruity coffee with a little bit of a chocolate or really good aromas.
Yeah.
I'd say
It's that Kivu.
Yeah, you gotta get that Kivu Noir.
Need that Kivu Noir. That's hard, bro.
So we tried to pay homage. Obviously, Rwanda was a French-speaking country, and unfortunately, the first station that was built was by colonizers.
Oh wow.
That's a crazy thing, but
So kind of break that down, like the history of coffee in Rwanda. You know, every country has a unique story. So like in Rwanda, the coffee industry, I guess, was built through colonization.
exactly.
Yeah.
So we'd obviously grow it, and then they'd export it back to Europe, and yeah. So actually, the crazy thing about it is Africans, us Rwandans, never used to drink it because
Yeah.
it used to be something we grow for the Europeans,
Yeah.
and we sell it back. I mean, probably for nothing.
Mm.
So that's where it started from, and in our culture, we don't really have such a huge coffee drinking culture. Not like Ethiopia has a little bit more of a context. So they never were colonized or anything.
Yeah. It's the same thing with African Americans. Like a lot of the homies in the hood, next to the Inside Gentrification Coffee Club, like I'm explaining it to them, they're like, I don't even like coffee.
Yeah.
So then you got like, well, just try it.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
there's kind of like a weird feeling about all that's white people stuff.
Exactly.
Like,
So
yeah.
it's the same. That's why I said you're the bridge right now.
Yeah.
You're sharing information.
Man, bro.
It's amazing, but that's the same situation we were in.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of people passionate about growing it.
Yeah.
So through the times, like everybody learns from their parents, their grandparents, and that's what I'm doing too. Just continuing that, just trying to take it further from just that export.
So what's your connection? How'd you get into it? Like, was it as a kid growing up or
Actually,
later in
the
life?
crazy thing is later in life. It was
Yeah.
after I graduated, I moved back.
Yeah.
And then this is it's a business that my dad was continuing. And he
Okay.
learned from his dad.
Oh, so it's generational for you.
Yeah, the processing. So my dad was the one who started doing like the fully washed coffees.
Yeah.
So we started going to the specialty
Okay.
kind of thing in like 2003, 2005.
Wow.
So I came back, I didn't know much about it actually. And then when I started doing this, I started learning. I was like, okay, how do you do a pour over? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what does that mean what's an espresso?
Yeah.
Then I started learning that side of it.
Yeah.
And I was grateful enough to have a farm to learn from, and farmers. So
Yeah.
they teach you, this is how you prune a tree.
What's the name of the farm?
So it's Nhora.
Nhora.
So we got 5 farms. It's Hora, Chebumba, Shanji, Kigeme, and Buliza.
And these are your family's farms.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but my dad, through time, through sales, started getting more farms.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So now we work with, actually most of the people we work with are farmer cooperatives.
Yeah.
And then we grow a little bit from ourselves as well.
Okay. So you be out there.
Yeah, we be out there.
Yeah, bro. Look, I gotta get my.
Yeah,
That joke
I
hard,
know,
bro.
I
It's not
wish-
a joke.
I know. I wish. Hopefully, we got enough time. We'll go out to one of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's basically what I do. I'm just getting to the social media sides. You know,
Yeah.
fascinating on social media.
I heard y'all been going crazy on Amazon,
I know,
bro.
I
Y'all been
know.
going crazy out there.
So Amazon. That's how we did. Amazon, Shopify. you
Yeah.
know, just trying to get the word out there.
Yeah.
And it's a learning thing. You know, I thought it was gonna blow up immediately.
Yeah.
But you take the learning lessons.
Yeah.
Take some time, but that's a story of how
you got into
how we got into
Well, man,
it.
it kind of is a perfect segue. You're talking about like, man, getting into roasting and like getting your own brand out there
Yeah.
now, just not as producers, but integrating that supply chain. Like for you, and we're talking about even introducing more local consumption. Like just a couple minutes ago, there were some ladies who walked up from Canada, and they were like, "Yo, we were trying to get in before it closed," and these Afro Canadians trying to pull up.
I know.
So like, the diaspora connection is real. Like, what do you think the future of coffee is for Black people, for people in
know.
Rwanda? Like 100 years, you use your imagination. But what do you think the future could be like? You know,
It's I think more ownership.
Yeah.
I think the more we start to learn where it's coming from
yeah,
and how good we can make it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not something like this is for somebody else. It's not like wine that's grown in France.
yeah,
Coffee is grown in Africa.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So why don't we take it to that level? Let's
Yeah.
own our own production. Let's own our own brands. You know, let's make it happen because we got time.
yeah.
10 years down the line, 100 years down the line.
Yeah, bro.
Maybe,
Like our
maybe,
children.
yeah, maybe they'll have virtual cafes,
Yeah.
and you're sending
NFTs?
and you're sending the coffee direct. You know, you never know.
That's crazy.
So
That would be wild.
yeah, ownership. I'd say is more black-owned businesses.
Yeah. That's dope. And then last question, is there any message you want to send to African Americans, Afro-Colombian, Afro-diaspora people, just black people globally, like who are thinking about getting into the coffee? Maybe they bought a pour over, maybe they're trying to get into being a barista. Like what would you say to kind of encourage them as they go on their coffee journey?
Man, that's deep.
Yeah.
I would say whatever you're trying, because there's so much you can learn just trying to be a roaster. There's so
Yeah.
much you can learn just trying to be a barista.
Yeah.
The brewing and times and ratios.
Yeah, all the
And then-
variables.
Yeah, and then even roasting's the same. You roast in different countries, different
Yeah.
origins.
Different altitudes, different processes.
Exactly, blending. So whatever you choose, just go deeper into it.
Yeah.
And then it'll just lead to something else.
Yeah.
Because I started off just trying to roast and package it. Now I'm trying to learn how to make the best pour over.
Yeah.
He's telling me about
Yeah.
canning some cold brew, instant coffees, merch.
Yeah.
You know, you can, whatever you choose to do, just have respect to the coffee.
Yeah.
I feel like if you have respect to the coffee,
Yeah.
the true, like, the passionate people will succeed.
That's fire.
Yeah.
The last question, you kind of got into it with the whole merch and everything, but like, what do you think some possibilities are for connections between Black and African art, music, fashion, and like how that could begin to become connected with that future of Black ownership that you're talking about? Like, what role do you think those other areas of Black creativity and Black ownership could play in magnifying that growth?
I think the first thing, you just spit some bars for us right now.
Yeah, I do.
And you shout out one of our local artists, which is crazy to think that you were actually following them.
I follow him from your page, bro.
Yeah,
that's where
crazy.
I found out about him.
So it's like you brought that idea up. I'm not gonna say the whole thing right now.
Yeah. Keep it hush, talk. You know what I mean?
It's crazy. It's like a lot of these celebrities and artists have a platform.
Yeah.
And they'll support like different liquor brands, maybe vodka, champagnes,
Yep.
tequilas. Let's see. I would love to see like not just our local artists support coffee,
Yeah.
international artists,
Yeah, bro.
people from Memphis.
Easy.
Shout out to
Pooh
the
Shiesty,
people-
yeah. Yeah.
So it's like any Black culture, you push the buttons. So let's see if we can get that going. More ownership, obviously, in different ways.
Yeah.
And we can, make strides in that.
That's fire, bro.
Yeah. It's all about the vision, though.
Yeah, bro. Lit, bro. Hey, man, y'all stay tuned. We got more content coming soon. Yeah, man. Y'all hadn't checked out the documentary, check that joint out. We're working on a docu-series and pitching it. So if you're interested in more content like this, we definitely want to come out here with a full crew and be able to get some cool content going, man. So y'all stay tuned, stay posted. We get Coffee Black. We out.
Yeah, thank you, Blake.
Oh, bro. I just had a fight.